Ready? Dr. Simpson?
I'm super ready.
Okay.
Okay, hello and welcome to Tuesday, July 22nd for our public hearing 5 o'clock meeting. We're going to get started here with a call to order, right? And if we get a roll call starting here.
Dave Larson, Director District 5.
I think we're gonna have our president online, just so we have our superintendent. Okay, perfect. So let's, we are all here in fact.
This is Kate Kriller, just making sure you see me.
Dr. Concy Pedrosa, Superintendent, present.
And then Carly Hoover, Director District 1, also present.
Wonderful. Well, we are here to welcome our guests. Everybody here is familiar. So, welcome guests. We have some online, I'm assuming.
Yep, we have one.
Great. Welcome. One guest. Hopefully there'll be others. Perfect. Okay, so we are going to open up our meeting into the budget.
So Amy Fleming, CFO. So what I did was I prepared a really brief PowerPoint that is uploaded to the Board Docs website. I wasn't going to go into it in great detail because I know our board meeting we'll be discussing budget tonight in a while. So the PowerPoint presentation is out there. It is very high level. Also, the recommended budget documents is also posted in the web. So just to reflect briefly, we are proposing a recommendation of the approval, a general fund expenditure appropriation of $62.6 million for the general fund. So this includes some recommendations that were asked for the board as well as work sessions that we held with prioritization other funds are included in here, but the biggest funds are so I was just going to leave it at that so that if there are comments, it allows for those public comments to
Do we have anyone else online or anyone online for comment or present?
There's one person on, and it.
Well, we're gonna give some time, I think, to see if anybody else is getting off work. It's 5 o'clock. It's usually not I get off work, but early and I use that. So a little time. It's for people to get online or here for the meeting. I know that tonight's meeting will be large. Also, this is the opportunity. If correctly, school boards. I wonder if it's not appropriate, and I don't know if it'll be for, it'll be later. No, any funding that's not. If that's gonna be presented later, or if not, it would be good to maybe let the public know. Or at least on record, if anybody that's not a factor or changes, you know, or
Uh, so as I have reported in the budget report, we have three federal sources that are not, which, so Title III, Title II, Title IV. Two of the budgets I had put in capacity because at the time, we were still unsure whether to use those funds. I did not put staff, specifically T staff on those funds. I just built in some capacity to, just in case. We didn't inform that they were going to cut us. So when I go to the budget, it's capacity, then Title III, which is our English learner grant, was, we were notified that was, as far as the state grants are concerned,
But just special. So my understanding is that they're quote reviewing that. They did, come out with a statement that a whole bunch of things, including after school programs. Now they reinstated the after school program, which is a little tiny portion of it. But I wonder, I think is not the official position. That money may or may not, I mean, it's under quote review, whatever that, obviously for budgeting purposes, we have to assume no, but it's still, it could be possible that some of that makes.
so if it does come, I can like capacity
Okay.
into the budget, so that it would be.
Yes.
It's the total loss for us is $2,000, which is big for technical other districts. It's a big hit, so I do have capacity built into the systems. We do get some level of funding, which to us.
so the 352 is both the Title II, 3, and 4 as combined.
The biggest was Title III.
So are you aware that our attorney for Washington is suing? So that also is in our favor, depending on how the court goes. Some of those suits have, the court has said, you need to give it out until there's review. The other times they'll just say no, you can take it, we'll review it later. So there's quite a bit of flux going on in the system. So that's what I think. It's really helpful that our attorney general is pursuing that with some vigor, so that we may get it. But again, for budgeting purposes, that means
Sure. And so when you say you have contingency, if it does come back, what does that mean?
So whenever we budget, we try to build in some capacity for unknown grants or things that might change. Things of those nature. For a district our size, we usually build $100, so that's what I do. Because we could be notified if you're a funding opportunity that we want to force, we want to make sure city to create that budget for that particular product that might come through without having to come to budget extension. Because if we don't build enough capacity, it's something we have to continue, and then we have to go through the whole process. We have to have public hearings and notifications. It's time and money, and so anytime we build a budget, we just try to make sure it's so. We have it sitting like almost control from it.
and then you were, where I interrupted you, good on the state side.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I would include that table 6 months iteration of this report, could be updated. So there's a number of state grants that, we, are assuming are not coming through. A couple of them were named specifically, but some of them are embedded in like a larger pot of money, and so pulling out what belongs in those pots is a little bit more difficult, but things like computer science and education that we used to receive. We used to get funding for First Tech, which is CT robotics. It doesn't look like that. Device management, maintenance, placement funding that we used to receive. All of those grants range anywhere from 15 to 25,000 $30,000. So they're not huge grants, but they're grants that so those are just some examples of areas I did not budget. Like I said, 3 of these were total.
So. Okay, so something like that, and I know that we have a robotics team here. Are they aware of it, and are we planning, do we have plans?
So they didn't do electricity. First all of that work as well, and so that's something that we'll have to talk to them about. And again, we'll look for other funding opportunities, see what's out there, see if there's any. Some of the that one was a smaller one, which was supposed to receive 12. But yeah, it's
Yeah, everything that we lose, we
Oh.
have. It's good. Okay. 15,000 for a program, program. Especially for a
on the good news side is that we did receive notification from the organization in 2010. And they are awarding us $1,000 for the arts and music program, so that's huge. Worked with a number of teachers to determine their needs so that we could begin this fall to sports. That's really good as well. So
you remember seeing how much.
yeah, it's very at all schools. So there is funding available to every single school to either school music or both. So yeah, the elementaries, they built in some extra capacity. Just so that we can to identify needs. So that was good news.
Basically what we're doing is, yeah, if you have questions, we're just gonna ask you any questions, because curious, sure. That whatever's on record, that's, we're gonna go into.
2 questions. Any surprises since last time we?
No, no new surprises, no big surprises. It's everything that we anticipated, so.
Second question is, I heard you talking about, it's always the case. And you get trained, kids. And I feel, that's our normal week. So, yeah, we have us in this. Budget settled, then you would scale. But how do we know contingency? In the budget?
I can call it out on the line, then, so that you know what it is. You don't necessarily see it in the budget, though. Try to call it today, but we usually put it in that 79, program 79 code, and that's usually where operations that we draw to our
Say you want to kind of,
yeah.
Then the last thing, any glimmers of hope that obviously. That's all. And any other things to celebrate at this point in time?
Not that I can think of, we have not, we did get some good news about outdoor education, so. We are receiving some fundings to support, outdoor education in 2 of our elementary schools, and I know that there is to do fundraising to support the elementary schools. So, we think, well, we know for sure that we won't fund outdoor education next year, so that's really good news. And then we'll see what the future holds, for that. So that was one piece that is actually. So we're assuming some fundraising events to take place to support.
And I guess I did. Should work on track. On our final conditions.
Yeah, so we are close, so the end of fiscal year 2026, we're supposed to be at 4%. Right now, the budget shows 2%. What I did was this class size has been so large at the schools, we did add teachers to support class sizes to get down a bit, so that budget reflects this as well. And then we are continuing to work on what we can do to costs to make sure that we reach that 4%. We'll have a much more in-depth conversation on meetings.
Just go 5:30, sure. Opportunity and. Good look for.
So, let people. Yeah. I think we have.
Yeah. Yeah. Must be.
I agree with that.
So just to add a little bit to the state, I mean, it's pretty, nasty. Because they, so the federal government is threatening to cut Title III, which is the state also apparently cut the language access coordinator dollars. Which, so it's like we're piling it on districts like ours that have a lot of English or students, and we're getting hit both sides on it. So, and the other big one, which I guess it comes from the state, but it's actually a source, and that is school improvement grants, OSSI dollars, which, I mean, that's about $150,000, $60,000, something like that are not going to be, available to our highest need schools. So, the big problem I have with the way this legislative session in the state run is that it's the opposite applicable. So they passed a bunch of things that we can talk about later, but that will allow the wealthy districts serving the wealthy students to raise local money. And then they cut a lot of our higher needs programs, which is just nasty. So.
Love that, like, how do we, is that
Well,
something kind of like rally around or?
I'm pushing back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk about that. Yeah. Frankly, I think we need to get at least one of our representatives in here to, because I don't want to be the only one that understands, so I want all of us to hear what's going on, and because they need to get the message that they need to fix that quickly, like next session, or at least start to fix it.
So we actually reviewed the charts last year that showed where the shortfalls were.
Pardon me?
We had reviewed the charts from the administration that showed the shortfall.
Yeah,
Update those.
yeah, you're talking about this chart, yeah. I mean, so our CFO is madly working on this year's budget at the moment, but as soon as that budget gets done, producing this for next year's advocacy would be extremely helpful, yes. And unfortunately, when I look at this, some things are getting worse, they're going in the wrong direction. So, yeah, this was a lot of school districts came out with this themselves last year, and need that out there again. So.
And then, I've seen all three functions work. Just to show up everything. Have all three.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. I know one of them has got some health issues.
He's out about it.
Pardon me?
He's out about
Oh, is he? Okay, good. Yeah. No, absolutely. Should find him. I know Senator Hasegawa has been supporting this. So it's
it might be for the police to require and we have so much. What they would have for us, church advocacy ideas.
sure. Yeah. No, that's what I did. Yeah, have that discussion.
Because one of the most difficult parts of this is the biggest loss. It is proportionate to schools that have this. Because they've never figured out how to think about it.
Yeah.
Especially even that.
Yeah. Oh, I have tons of ideas in my presentation. I can tell them exactly how to do that.
Well,
It's just a matter of putting them all
if they don't have those areas, they might have others. We don't know.
Yeah, no, that's why absolutely. Mhm, yeah.
Yeah, that's the. Well,
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing for that one, before we do that, I wanna make sure we have our numbers straight, what we lost.
Sure.
And all that, so again, that's after we do the budget, so, we're talking fall.
Right, so we do one last check, if anybody online. Comments? Or question?
we get a motion to adjourn our hearing. All in favor? So. Only when it's really rowdy.
Sure.